Family, what's good? It's your boy. Welcome back, Soups and Sense. Okay. Listen, I'm not gonna be before you long. We're gonna be in, we're gonna be out. Parfum de Marly. There are 3 new fragrances. I'm gonna give you my take on it. Yeah. First time viewers, thank you for stopping by Soups and Sense. All I ask, if you find the channel entertaining or informative, hit the bell notification, subscribe button, like button, and if you can, share the video with a friend or 2. Okay. Yeah, the 3 fragrances: Aragon, Valero, and Carios. Yeah, we're gonna dive into those. We're gonna dive into those. Talk about all 3 at one time, and see what it's about. All right, we're gonna let the end. Got 3 samples, and I used them all up because I needed to get a true wearing up. Pardon me, need to get a true wearing of them. Okay, we're gonna let the intro. We're gonna get right to it. Don't go nowhere. All right. Okay. All right. Let's start off with Aragon. I used the whole sample up. Went up Neiman's. All 3 samples I used up. I went up there, was about a weekend after last. So it's been probably about almost 2 weeks now. No, about a week and a half since I've been up there. Right. Let's start off with Aragon. They are having I think on the 7th of this month, November, they are having, but this video will probably be aired. The event probably would have already taken place by the time this video aired. For these 3 fragrances in particular, okay? Let's go with Aragon first. All of them, each fragrance is going to run you $550. Yeah, $550. Okay, but now we're going to talk about whether or not if I think it's worth it or not. We'll get that at the end. Okay, let's start. We're gonna do Aragon. All right, let's dive into the notes and let's see. Out of top note is bergamot, pink peppercorn, cardamom, mandarin. That's the top note. In the heart, we got cinnamon, davana, and cypriol. The base, you have leather, tonka bean, vanilla bean, and patchouli. That's in Aragon. Okay, out the darker juices on these 3 fragrances to me seem to be the better ones. Not bad. To me, I don't see where I'm an overspray. I'm the king of overspray. There's no other. I'm the only king. I would definitely have to overspray with all 3. They weren't mind-blowing to me. Okay, just saying, they weren't mind-blowing to me for $550. And the bottle design, me personally, I prefer the old bottles. I don't know, but guess because I've just been like, so I guess, everything has to evolve and change, and I believe that's what they're trying to do. They're saying that with these 3 fragrances that the oil content is higher, so therefore the longevity is supposed to be longer, the potency is supposed to be stronger and all that. But to me, I just didn't get that. The scent DNAs, the scent DNAs are really nice. They're really nice. But to me, they weren't mind blowing, but they were really nice. One put me in the mind of another fragrance, but it still was just I'm not gonna say basic fragrance, but still just a fragrance to just spray on. Nothing. I wouldn't say that these fragrances are for anything elegant, nothing like that. The bottle designs, the cap designs is nice, and all they switching over. So okay, I get that. All right. So that was Aragon. Okay, so let's do Valero. Valero. Which one was Valero? This one was Valero. All right. Like I said, I went through all 3 of them. I did, because I just don't see me purchasing these, especially not right now. I just don't see it. All right, the top note for this one, you got bergamot, cedar, and juniper. In the heart, geranium, bourbon, lavender, cypress, nutmeg. And in the base, you have patchouli, sandalwood, and ambroxan. Okay. I don't know. I mean, I understand. I don't know if they were trying to just reach are they trying to reach a younger crowd with these fragrances, with the new bottle design, trying to switch things up and not become mundane or just old fashioned. They want to stay hip and stay vibrant and stay with the crowd, which I can get that. I'm not, down in the bottles. The bottles are good, but the fragrances to me, they're just not, I'm at this point in there where a new release has to be mind blowing. I mean, to where my eyes go in the back of my head, my toes curl. And none of these three fragrances did it for me. I'm not saying they're not good. They're good, but they just didn't do it for me. Now, I don't know if they have them in 50 ml sizes, but the 100 ml, they're running you $550. So that was Valero. Now let us go to, out of all three, Aragon, like I said, Eragon, that's the one that I probably liked the most, that had the that probably stuck with me for a while, because all three samples are gone. I destroyed them because I the first one, when I tried them on in the store, I sprayed it. Well, I did Valeros. I did that the most. I think that was the only one that I did. The other two on the hand, but put on body was Valeros, because I didn't wear anything. And then I was like, okay, this one seemed like the one. I should have did the darker juice one. I should have did this one or Aragon, but I didn't. Okay, but still had had good samples to try it out. Now, Carios, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Bergamot, pink peppercorn, red mandarin, saffron, geranium, red thyme, black pepper. In the base, cedarwood, ambroxan, vetiver, roasted tonka bean. This one, it had a nice vibe to it. None of them were like they were all soft, subtle, laid back fragrances, which might be beneficial or a plus to you. You might not want a fragrance that's boisterous and kicking the door in. Not one of these three fragrances are those type of fragrances. They're all nice, laid back. So now we'll tell you this: for office setting, all three are absolutely perfect. These are the perfect office setting fragrances, but I don't see them filling up a room. I don't see them overtaking a more powerful fragrance. I don't see that at all. But they're still nice, close quarters fragrance, Netflix and chill fragrance, date night fragrance. Absolutely perfect. If your girl gonna be nestled on your neck and y'all at the movie theaters or drive or laying on the blanket just chilling, these are perfect for you. But if you want a fragrance that's going go and kick the roof in, these aren't going to do it. These are most close quarters, personal, like I stated earlier, beautiful office fragrance settings. Office setting fragrance, they really, really are. Yeah, will I be purchasing them? Probably not. Maybe if they came out in the 50 ml, I probably would, but for the 100 ml, no, not for $550. They're not going to say, to me, I wouldn't say that. You make your own decision, get your sample, and go from there, because they might be just absolutely gorgeousness to you, might be full of absolute gorgeousness to you. And again, it could be smellinating on me, and later on down the line when I revisit them, it might hit me different. But as far as right now, no, I will not be purchasing these fragrances. They're just not mind-blowing. Aragon, it was nice. I think I should have put Aragon or Carios on body instead of Valero. Valero is the one I put both of those on. Put one on one hand, and I did that one on clothes and everything. I should have went with the darker juice, and that's what I started to do, but I didn't, because I figured that the darker juices will hold its own, on hand, and I wouldn't need to spray as much, but I did Valero on clothes, and it was nice, but it just had no potency to it to me. It had no umph. But if you're close quarters, oh yeah, that's gonna be perfect. And this the season for it. It's cuddle season. It's cuddle bunny season. So you be with your cuddle bunny, y'all be close quarters there, boom, spray her. Oh yeah, you in there because it's not gonna be hard on the nose. It's gonna be laid back. It's gonna be smooth and perfect. All right, that's what I get with all them. So you got Aragon, Valero, and Carios. I had my 3 samples, went through all of them because I wanted to give it a true wearing, because when I first did it, I just wasn't feeling them. I just wasn't feeling them. They just wasn't hitting that for me. They just weren't. But for office setting, for work, oh yeah, they are perfect. I will give them that. They're perfect office fragrances. All 3 of them are, because you're not going to be somewhat rude to a nose in your office that doesn't want to be smelling all of that. So those 3 are perfect. All right, run your 550. Came out this year, 2025. Get a sample and check them out. I'm only seeing the 100 ml. I don't know if they come in the 50, but it's your pockets, your decision. Put your nose on it and try it for yourself. Okay. All right. Again, first time viewers, if you think the challenge is informative or entertaining, hit the subscribe button, like button, bell notification, because videos are coming. If you can, share the video with a friend or 2. All right. And remember, always put God first. Can't stop, won't stop, gonna stop. To the next video, fam. Deuces.